Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't playing no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all this shit I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seeds as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how you going? Okay. Well, at least that song took my mind off what's been running in my head for 2 days. Informer, blah, 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 a leaky boom boom down. That's what's been running through my head for 2 days. How you going, Shannon, Deb? Who else have we got in here? Out to lunch. Let me just make sure I say hello to everyone. Yeah, do you like my interpretation of the quick bit? Okay, all I can see is Shannon. Is it going through the same thing over and over again? Oh, someone's getting yelled at. Deb, Shannon, that's all I can see over and over again. Hang on. I'll get there. Alex, how you going? I saw someone different. Oh, God love you. I'll pin that. Where is it? There we go. Not put you in time out. For God's sake, don't do that. Okay, who else have we got in here? Deb out to lunch, Shannon, Alex. Wow, you guys have left a lot of comments. Good on ya. Rails, how you going? Kim, how you going? Paul, how you going? J1, how you going? Dealey, how you going? I just want to make sure I say hello to everyone. Sorry, guys. Carl, how you going, Carl? Sorry, my voice cracked at the... I'll try to say Carl then. Okay, I think I've got everyone. Anyway, let's get into the news. Where is it? I shut my computer down and everything disappeared. I've got to find my bookmarks now. Okay. Let's start with Clarkson, this Clarkson farm again. which is, what's his name? Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear. I've got to not say Top Gun because it's not Top Gun. There's no such thing as government funded. Everything is taxpayer funded. Yes, the only way things would be government funded and it's still a tax would be tariffs. USA News said, hey, Grok, what does that say on Jeffrey Epstein's shirt? Do you remember what I was saying yesterday, that I think he's more than just an Israeli spy? I think he's... Okay, anyway, when you zoom in, you can see Epstein's shirt says United States Secret Service. Guys like Jeffrey Epstein and Leo Leonard are part of an elite class of backstabbers with high-level connections who have a cunning ability to shamelessly profit off hurting the American people. Even President Trump sees it now. He called Leonard Leo a sleazebag who probably hates America. This is the same man Trump trusted to pick Supreme Court justices. Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, Barrett, Leo cashed in that trust and used his dark money to sue the president over tariffs, backstabber of the decade. And that's in response to Laura Loomis saying breaking. The Supreme Court just struck down President Trump's tariffs in a 6-3 ruling, and Leonard Leo's fingerprints are all over this. Let me walk you through exactly what just happened because the media will never share this with you. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote the majority opinion ruling that President Trump's use of International Emergency Economic Powers Act to impose tariffs is unconstitutional. The court said IEPA does not authorise the president to impose tariffs. 6 justices voted against the president. Only 3, Thomas Alito and Kavanaugh, stood with President Trump. Now here's the part that should make your blood boil. 2 of the justices who got voted to gut President Trump's signature economic policy, Neil Gorsuch and Amy Coney Barrett, were handpicked by Leonard Leo. Leo personally advised President Trump on those nominations. He vetted them. He advocated for them. He assured the president and the entire MAGA movement that these were solid, reliable constitutionalists who would defend conservative principles. Instead, Gorsuch and Barrett just sided with Liberal Justice Sotomayor, Kagan and Jackson to kill tariffs that were protecting American workers, punishing China for fentanyl trafficking and generating over $130 billion in revenue for the United States. And it gets a lot worse. As I've previously reported, Leonard Leo is a key financial backer of the new Civil Liberties Alliance, the very group that filed the original lawsuit challenging President Trump's tariffs on China back in April of last year. Leo funded the lawsuit that kicked off this entire chain of events. Read that again. Leonard Leo funded the illegal attack on Trump's tariffs and he picked the judges who ruled against them. And this guy considers himself pro-America? Last May, President Trump called Leo a sleazebag on Truth Social and said he probably hates America. At the time, some people thought that was too harsh. Today, it looks spot on. President Trump saw this coming before anyone else did. During an Oval Office presser this year, President Trump slammed those bringing lawsuits against his tariffs as anti-American and pro-China. He didn't even have to say Leonard Leo's name because everyone in Washington knew exactly who Trump was talking about. And now we know the damage. The Supreme Court's ruling invalidates the Liberation Day tariffs, the reciprocal tariffs on over 90 countries, and tariffs on China, Canada and Mexico. Kavanaugh himself warned in his dissent that any refund process will be a mess and that the court's majority said nothing today about whether, and if so, how, the government should go about returning the billions of dollars it has collected. What a disaster. Yeah, but all's not lost yet. Just hang in there. This is a real-world consequence of Leonard Leo's betrayal, serious economic damage to a country that voted overwhelmingly for tariff protection, America First trade policy. President Trump is right to call this ruling a disgrace, and thankfully, he has a backup plan. Good, because this country needs a president who fights. One thing is certain, and that's the fact that Leonard Leo should never be allowed to advise on picking judges or Supreme Court nominees ever again. Not now, not in any future administration. He's persona non grata now. Okay, and that was going into they hadn't ruled on it, but they have now. Okay. Yep. Grok did answer and did say that the shirt appears to have the Secret Service badge with the logo on it. Okay, let's go back again. Was that all in one post, my God. Concerned citizens said this is insane. The King's brother, Prince Andrew, became the first UK royal family member to be arrested in 350 years for his Jeffrey Epstein-connected crimes. 6 police officers arrested him on his 66th birthday, exactly 666 days after the one and only time a royal king's horse was seen running through London covered in blood. No way, these are coincidences. They love their symbolism and you're watching a scripted movie. Oh, look, you got the black horse, the white horse and the red horse all in one, or all in 2. What in the hell? Blood-soaked royal horse has escaped. Well, I don't even know what to say about that one. You can make your own mind up about that. Drew Pavlou said Labor Premier Peter Malinak. Why can't I pronounce the name? Malinoskas speaks to anti-immigration One Nation voters. Who's going to feed you and bathe you and wipe your bum when you're 90? What an inspiring message. That's his immigration point, is who's going to feed and bathe you and wipe your bum when you're 90? Well, hello, my mum's 90 and guess who's doing it all? Yes. Mr. Poole said they arrested a prince, but the real bomb is the list they can't hide. February 19th, 2026, Prince Andrew taken into custody by Thames Valley Police. Charge, misconduct in public office. The real charge is treason. This was never about sex. It's about espionage, blackmail on a global control network with Epstein Island as headquarters. Andrew wasn't a client, he was an asset. What Trump files prove? January 30th, 2026, Trump's DOJ released 3.5 million pages. Document 771-A, Andrew sent classified British nuclear submarine data and Saudi arms deal intelligence directly to Epstein's encrypted server while serving as UK trade envoy. This wasn't friendship, this was espionage. Email chain 1092-C on February 28th, 2011, after swearing on BBC he cut off Epstein, Andrew wrote him, "We're in this together. The package is secure, your friend across the pond is pleased." Who was the friend? Ed Barak, who visited the island 36 times. The Rothschilds? They're asking, sorry, that's not a statement, that's a question. And the Rothschilds? Video file Z9, a 14-second clip, no audio. Andrew hands a blue folder to Ghislaine Maxwell at Teterboro Airport. Date stamp is September 11, 2001, while 3,000 Americans burned alive. Virginia Giuffre was forced to be with Andrew 3 times. Starting March 2001, she was 17. She fought for 20 years. She died April 2025. Suicide. The Orion list, 1,776 names. The 318 names Bondi released were the warning shot. Buried in the data dump was the file. Orion 77 master, military-grade encryption. Sources inside Trump's intelligence unit cracked it. Inside, 1776 names. The full organisational chart of the global blackmail machine. Each entry includes a threat score, asset status, handler and activation code. 3 sitting Supreme Court justices. Now you know why they struck down Trump's tariffs, 6-3 yesterday. 2 former US presidents. 17 British royal family members. Andrew was a sacrificial lamb. CEOs of 5 of the world's 10 largest pharma companies. Now you know why they buried the medbed. Heads of the IMF, World Bank and BIS. 4 Vatican cardinals connected to the Podesta rituals. 8 countries, 17 days, 1 file. 17. I've seen that number everywhere lately. Norway, former PM Jagland raided. Orion matching offshore ledger in his safe. France, Minister of Culture raided. Epstein gifted painting, had a listening device in the frame. The Germany, the Deutsche Bank, executive who hanged himself was the Orion network paymaster. Austria, Epstein banker caught fleeing with 3 passports. Sweden, senior UN official resigned overnight. Philippines, Senate and House launched trafficking investigations. For 40 years, this machine ran the world. They silenced Tesla, they killed Kennedy, they murdered every witness. Then one man said, release it all. Andrew is the first domino. The Orion list brings down the rest. Share this, the media will never report it. We are the signal, nothing can stop what's coming. Is there any more on that? And that little symbol. Yeah, he's under investigation. They did release him, but he is under investigation. What the Okay. Dr. Ross McGregor said in Australia we used to be able to say whatever we wanted about ethnic groups. Now the left wants white people charged for saying anything remotely protective of Australia. One day we'll get back to common sense, but the Great Awakening will need to pass through here first. I think it's starting, but I still feel like Australians are asleep. Why is that the case? Doge designer has even called out Australia. Breaking Prime Minister of Australia says he loved public schools because the kids aren't far right yet. He's unintentionally admitting that public schools are already shaping kids toward left-leaning views. Indoctrination starts early. Yeah, Hitler knew that. If you believe what, the official. Let's have a listen.
One of the things about public schools is that they're open to everyone. Open to everyone. And that is about people being able to participate of different faiths, different backgrounds, learn and engage from each other. I always love going into public schools as well, because for those who, with the rise in some of the far-right ideological positions,
he can't help himself
in recent times, one of the things about going, and it's the same particularly whether it's an early learning centre or into a primary school, kids don't see race, religion, gender, anything else. They just see other kids. Hatred and division is something that's learned.
Yeah, and you're the one spreading it, you moron. Oh, I am so paid off with this man. Sorry, can't help myself. Okay, Elon Musk posted this. I do believe it's the rock sign, but geez, it looks like a Q. The wrong way round. I don't know. It's up to you what you think. It's a prime with 420 digits. Wow, okay. Okay, Revelation said, gonna love this Q Delta for 20th of February. It's currently the 21st here in Australia, but don't worry about that. It's 20th in the United States. No name absent. End near Q. No name's John McCain, by the way. That's just one of them, okay? I'm wondering if end near. I'm wondering if that is of any significance. Okay, Q17 Patriots said, when you can't make them see the light, make them feel the heat. Ronald Reagan. Q. Today's Q Delta. Follow and repost. When you can't make them see the light, make them feel the heat. Ronald Reagan. Mary said today's Delta, February 20th. Status. Okay. A lot of numbers there. Epstein Wexner, the story goes much deeper and darker. Q. Les Wexner, founder of Victoria's Secret. Connect the dots. Q. Where do you think Les Wexner, how do you think Les Wexner got pulled into it? From the keyboard. Okay, Mary said today's Delta, February 20th. Victoria's Secret model wings. Moloch worship. Children. Yep, Moloch loves the children in more ways than one. Another Delta today. Stories are written that have absolutely no basis in fact. Facts matter. Donald J. Trump said the press has never been more dishonest than it is today. Stories are written that have absolutely no basis in fact. This is why you think the opposite of what the media are telling you, you're probably closer to the truth. The writers don't even call asking for verification. They're totally out of control. Sadly, I kept many of them in business. In 6 years, they'll all go bust. And this was in 2019. Okay, and today's Delta was, we are the news now. According to Q. Okay. Q17 Patriots, again, another one. February 20th, 2026. The Supreme Court rules against President Trump's tariffs, causing huge economic and financial uncertainty. February 20th, 2020. Q Post 3880, a 6-year Delta today. You've come far, Anons. Patriots, you are ready. Prepare for the storm. They fear an awake public. Each Q proof proves our strength too. Thank you, Q and Q+. You have come far, Anons, Patriots, you are ready. Prepare for the storm. And I do believe that is from White Squall. The link in there, I can't click it because it's a screenshot. Chica Bonita said Delta for 20th February. Yep, it's the same one. Okay. Okay. I'll just give that a like anyway. Pauline Hanson said Australia is drowning in unskilled migration. In 2023-24, Australia issued 190,000 permanent visas. The number of core construction trades include 109 bricklayers, 18 stonemasons, 521 carpenters and joiners, 383 painters, 45 plasterers, 56 plumbers, 174 electricians, gas fitters less than 5. That's just 1,428 or 0.75% of migrants in a trade that builds something. These figures are supposed to support housing supply for the remaining 185,000 new residents during a housing crisis. Meanwhile, visas were issued to 4,570 accountants, 4,243 software engineers and 3,957 chefs. These aren't the trades that fix a housing crisis. The Albanese government's narrative doesn't stack up and Australians are worse off. Great work to former construction worker WA One Nation Senator Tyron Whitten for unearthing these figures. There you go. They're his voters, that's why. MJ Truth Ultra said, I just puked. Jeffrey Epstein says he has special access to Disney. Disney needs to immediately tell every American what kind of access he had. This was Jeffrey Epstein. Just write Mrs. Epstein. Okay. Anyway, it would be nice if we... Oh, hang on. Start from the one down the bottom. Hi, Jeffrey. Should we prepare a seating card for your guest with a name on it? Please send if yes. I'll have to let them know by the 18th on details. Also, since I can't get extra Disney tickets sent here for your guest, too late for that, we can get it when we are there. I won't be able to link her ticket to ours, as I will do for yours, so I can reserve 1 or 2 rides, but that's the only negative. Anyway, it would be nice if we could attach a name to the place, sitting as everyone will have one. Can we talk this sometime this week about other stuff? Lawrence. I have special access. Don't worry. Yeah. We're only seeing like the tip of this thing, man. I'm telling you now, we're only seeing the tip of it. An awakened outlaw said it's worse than most could ever imagine. Dominic Michael Trippy said newly released Epstein documents reveal Jeffrey Epstein had special access to Disney, which we just read. Okay. Yeah, I think the public are entitled to know. Hey, Randy. Hey, Menacing Muskrat. Oh, Menacing Muskrat. Hang on a second. Where is there it is, down the bottom. Okay, hey Zal, Kai. I've said hello to everyone else, haven't I? Okay, I'll catch up anyway in a minute. Okay, let's continue reading the news. X22 report said 38 people have been shot by transgenders in 2026. 2 people have been shot by ICE in 2026. Where's the outrage for that one? Pick and choose. Okay, Che Bowers said a low-ranking Ukrainian military commander buying a villa in Bali. He pays cash, hundreds of thousands of US dollars. It's your money. Send more to the poor Ukrainians. Yeah, while Zelensky was buying yachts. Hey, Michelle. Hang on a sec, Michelle. I'm just going to make... Oh, where to go? Hang on. No, go back. I just want to make you a mod so you don't get... Because people are getting censored on here. So I'm just making people mods so they don't get censored, okay? Megatron said breaking, the son of Norwegian crown princess who reportedly visited Epstein Island together with a 29-year-old Hoiby has been detained and is facing 38 charges, including the rape of 4 women, according to the BBC. We'll see. American AF said all the women on The View are in full panic mode because their names appear in the Epstein files after going after Trump for a long time. Okay. We did nothing wrong. All we did was go to some parties or something. Do you want to hear it? Oh, God.
We're on the list because we were at a party or a wedding or something that somebody might have been. That's what I found out anyway.
Yeah, no.
And what do you think Trump is on the list for? Yeah, and you've been yelling all this time.
I was at Trump's wedding to Marla.
Right.
Maybe Epstein was there too. Who knows?
I don't know.
So that means that I'm not guilty, obviously. But these other ones, how are you going to decide who's really guilty and who's
Well,
not?
I think
very
it's.
tricky.
I think it. No, I think it's very. I think it's very clear because if you look, you know why my name is there. Because someone was looking for a plane, and that's what people do. They go to all the people who have private planes and say, do you have one?
And you didn't get
Oh, my brain's melting.
on the plane.
I didn't get on the plane. I didn't know they were looking for a plane.
Yeah.
I had no idea that the plane that I was supposed to be on was no longer available. So I'm named in there like Whoopi Goldberg needs a plane.
There are a lot of people that are
Marilyn
named,
Monroe is on the list.
Yes.
There were plenty of people that were there are plenty of
Elvis
people
also.
named in
Yeah.
the list that
Don't worry, if they don't get done for that because it is a mess, they will get done for other things like treason and shit. Fraud. Money laundering, you name it. Chad Steingraber, I think Graber, maybe, I don't know, pass the Clarity Act, XRP will lead the way. Okay, anyone with XRP, which is apparently what the new system's going to run on. Do you remember when we said there's a new financial system up and running, ready to catch when this one goes? I do believe this is it. But that's just me. I don't know. The XRP is what governments and banks are going to be using, by the way. But the passing of the Clarity Act would formally codify XRP as a digital commodity, removing the regulatory risk premium that suppressed its price for years. The metric, regulatory clarity and institutional access. The rationale, once XRP is legally on par with Bitcoin, Ethereum in the US, institutional allocators and conservative banks that were sidelined can hold the asset. A move to this range represents the catch-up growth, bringing XRP's market cap in line with other major cleared digital assets. The operational utility tier, $15 to $30. This scenario assumes that full regulatory clarity leads to the integration of XRP into US domestic payment rails, such as being used by Tier 1 banks for internal liquidity management. What the fuck was that? Just give me a sec, guys. Something really banged out there. I don't know what it is. I've got to check my mum. You're okay. Okay. She's okay. It's okay. Phew. Thank God for that. A lot of bags, the kids' school bags with books in them, fell off the shelf. I thought Mum had fallen over, so sorry about that. Okay, the metric integration with US banking network, the rationale for banks to settle large-scale transfers instantly, the liquidity pool must be deep. If XRP is $1.40, a $1 billion transfer would consume a massive portion of available exchange liquidity, causing extreme price volatility. Slippage. At a price of $20 or more, the asset becomes thick enough to facilitate multi-billion-dollar banking settlements without disrupting the market. The full potential peak, $100. In the most bullish hypothetical scenario where the Clarity Act enables XRP to act as the primary liquidity layer for the US banking network, the price must scale to the total value of the money it is moving. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Elon Musk just put this post out, understand the universe. How can we, right, when we're not being told the truth? I'd like to know. Oz Integrity said everything about this event is symbolic of the... Oh, are we allowed to show this yet? Are we allowed? I mean, that was so embarrassing at the Olympics, you know, when... But that's everything about this event is symbolic of the Australian Labor government. It is, like DEI. Not on merit, but on whether you're a woman, whether you're disabled, whether you're coloured, I don't know. Diana said, breaking, Ripple CEO smirks when asked if Ripple will buy a bank. Says I'm going to skip that question. During a live conversation at the Economic Club of New York, Econ Club New York event at B. Garling House, was asked directly whether Ripple would ever buy a bank. I'm going to skip the question, will we ever buy a bank? They're our customers. He explained that from day one, Ripple chose a controversial path working with banks, not against them, to bridge TradFi and DeFi at scale. Banks are the touch point for mass adoption. Ripple has now has conditional approval for OCC charter to become a national trust bank. Will Ripple buy a bank or become one? Brad certainly didn't smirk for no reason when he was asked. I think this is the new economy, guys. I really do. Blockchain economy. Bank XRP, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, 80% chance the Clarity Act clears Congress by April. The Clarity Act's potential to provide much-needed legal framework for crypto markets. Ripple's growth strategy, a recent acquisition in custody, prime brokerage and stablecoin payments. Market outlook, XRP's resilience as a top-performing major crypto this year. Yes, mine's down, but I'm waiting for it to come back up. Yeah, the retarded Prime Minister of Australia, retard found it, really found one there. Alexandra Marshall said a week of anti-One Nation assaults in the press, so they've been hammering Pauline Hanson, pushed up their vote roughly 5%. So there you go. All the anti-One Nation assaults have actually pushed up the One Nation votes. The establishment has two choices. Number one, sit down, shut up and try and campaign based on merit. Or number two, jail Pauline Hanson. Which one do you think they're going to do? They're going to do the easiest one they can. Number two. Guess what they're going to try first? I already know what they're going to try first. They've done it before. They're going to do it again. They're going to try it again. Malcolm Roberts said the sneaky deal is buried in the Treasury Laws Amendment supporting choice and superannuation and other measures. This is where Australia's at, right? Bill 2025, which passed the House in November 2025 and will be before the Senate soon. The Albanese government is trying to give one of their favourite lobby groups, Equality Australia, yep, them, DEI, a special financial favour, deductible gift recipient, DGR status. This means donors to Equality Australia can claim 100% tax deduction of the donation. Equality Australia first tried to get this status using normal channels. They went to Australian Charities and Non-for-Profit Commission, the Administrative Appeals Tribunal and the full federal court. All of them said no. And the reason? They were not considered charitable and were a lobby group, therefore not qualifying for a tax deductible status. I can't talk today. So what does Labor do? They bypass the courts and write a special law just for them, a free kick for Labor Green supporters. Make no mistake, Equality Australia is a lobby group. Their own strategic plan proves it. For years, they've waged war against nearly 2,800 Christian, Catholic and independent schools across Australia. They want to strip away the protection that allow these schools to operate according to their faith. By giving them DGR status, the government is handing Equality Australia a taxpayer-funded war chest to attack the rights of parents and faith-based education. And the Prime Minister's hand-picked Governor-General is a patron of this group. That makes sense now, doesn't it? We must stop the government from using your tax system to fund political campaigns against our schools and community standards. Oh, so that's why Albo likes the schools so much. He's about to give them all equality. Okay, give me a sec. I just need a sip of my cup of tea. Okay, MJ Truth Ultra said Howard Lutnick has some explaining to do. It appears Howard Lutnick's family greatly benefited from the SCOTUS ruling against President Trump today. The Supreme Court just ruled against President Trump's tariffs when, yep, okay. Well, Howard Lutnick was the chairman and CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald, a global finance services firm. Howard Lutnick stepped down from Cantor Fitzgerald when he became President Trump's Commerce Secretary, then transferred control and ownership of Cantor Fitzgerald and related entities like BGC Group and Newmark Group, the trust benefiting his adult children, with his two eldest sons, Brandon Lutnick, chairman and CEO, and Kyle Lutnick, executive vice chairman, taking primary leadership and control. In mid-2025, Cantor Fitzgerald marketed and reportedly executed deals to purchase importers' rights to potential future tariff refunds at steep discounts of 20 to 30 cents on the dollar, essentially betting on a court ruling that the tariffs would be deemed illegal and refunds issued. With the SCOTUS decision now ruling against President Trump, any such acquired refund claims held by Cantor Fitzgerald stand to pay out at full value, 100 cents on the dollar minus what they paid up front, delivering millions of dollars in profits to the family-controlled firm. To be clear, the SCOTUS ruling just means they're leaving mechanics of what gets paid back to the lower courts, Treasury, but the Lutnick family betted against President Trump and won. This is extremely concerning to me because Lutnick has publicly expressed strong confidence in a SCOTUS win for the tariffs for months, saying he believes SCOTUS will rule in Trump's favour. Meanwhile, his children did the exact opposite and betted against it. This screams ethics violations. Whoa. MJ Truth Ultra said, and here it is, Plan B. Within Justice Kavanaugh's dissent, he said the Supreme Court got it wrong, but says Trump still has all the cards. The IEEPA law does not let President impose tariffs during a national emergency based on its text, history and precedents. The majority wrongly applied the strict major questions doctrine to block it in foreign affairs trade. Even if the ruling stands, presidents can likely impose similar or most of the same tariffs using these other trade laws instead. The Trade Expansion Act of 1962, Section 232, National Security. The Trade Act of 1974, Sections 122, 201, 301, Unfair Trade, Safeguards, Balance of Payments. The Tariff Act of 1930, Section 338, Retaliatory Tariffs. These require a few extra steps like investigations but cover the tariffs at issue. Bottom line, legally he says this was the wrong call, but presidents do have major workarounds via those other statutes. Okay? So there you go. And Gunther Eagleman said, breaking, Justice Clarence Thomas just unleashed pure fire in his dissent on the tariff ruling, dropping truth bombs that expose the majority's BS and defend President Trump's America First authority like a boss. He didn't mince words, he straight up nailed it. Neither the statutory text nor the Constitution provide a basis for ruling against the president. Boom, read that again. The Constitution and the law itself back Trump, no ifs, ands, or buts. Thomas keeps swinging. Congress authorised the president to regulate importation throughout American history. The authority to regulate importation has been understood to include the authority to impose duties on imports. Historical facts don't care about your feelings, globalists. He doubles down. The meaning of that phrase was beyond doubt by the time Congress enacted this statute. Shortly after President Nixon's highly publicised duties on imports were upheld based on identical language. Nixon did it, court said yes, same exact words, case closed. Then the kill shot. The statute that the president relied on therefore authorised him to impose the duties on imports at issues in these cases. Crystal clear. And that's what that says in there too. They just wrote it all out for me. Okay. Hey, Nisi. How you doing? Good to see ya. Just give me a sec. I'm going to make you a mod as well because I don't want you getting censored. Simple as that. Dawn said, y'all don't give a F about the children. You just want to see Trump locked up because he hurt your feelings every effing day. And y'all have proven that to be facts. Cry some more, little bitches. I don't know why I put that one in there. But anyway, a lot of people don't. Look, a lot of these people reporting on Epstein, that they're just jumping in for the clicks and the views and the... What about the kids? Oh, seriously. This is ridiculous. Anyway, a lot of people are jumping on just for the clicks. You see it on X, you see it on YouTube, you see it on Facebook, you see it everywhere. Where were they 8 years ago? Anyway, Chicago One Ray said F-A-F-O, F around and find out. Trump, the decision is incorrect, but it doesn't matter because we have very powerful alternatives that have been approved by this decision. Any country imposing tariffs on us better not try calling us if the wolf comes knocking on your door because you'll get a dial tone.
But I am allowed to cut off any and all trade or business with that same country. In other words, I can destroy the trade. I can destroy the country. I'm even allowed to impose a foreign country-destroying embargo. I can embargo. I can do anything I want, but I can't charge $1. Because that's not what it says. And that's not the way it even reads. I can do anything I want to do to them, but I can't charge any money. So I'm allowed to destroy the country, but I can't charge them a little fee. I could give them a little two-cent fee, but I cannot charge under any circumstances. I cannot charge them anything. Think of that. How ridiculous is that? I'm allowed to embargo them. I'm allowed to tell them you can't do business in the United States anymore. We want you out of here. But if I want to charge them $10, I can't do that. It's incorrect. Their decision's incorrect. But it doesn't matter because we have very powerful alternatives that have been approved by this decision.
Way to go, Trump. He knows what he's doing. C3 said, never forget Justice Roberts protected the fraudulent whistleblower in Trump's scam impeachment. He claimed not to know the identity of the whistleblower, which Caramella. A coup attempted by Schiff, Vindman, Caramella and Biden. Roberts is a part of the conspiracy. Okay, let's have a listen.
Mr. Chief Justice.
Senator from Kentucky.
I have a question to present to the desk for the House Manager Schiff and for the President's Counsel.
Thank you.
This was the impeachment trial, by the way. Shifty Schiff. Where is the shifty little weasel? Is that him down? Oh, I thought he was down here.
The presiding officer declines to read the question as submitted.
Mr. Chief Justice?
But I am allowed.
He declined to name the identity. Okay, MAGA Voice said, holy shit, President Trump just completely shut down CNN trying to ask a question. I don't talk to CNN. It's fake news. Laugh my ass. I love this.
No, you please. I'm not talking to you. I don't talk to CNN. It's fake news. Go ahead.
Mr. President, yesterday you made...
Yep, he was talking to them, not CNN. You're fake news. The White Rabbit podcast said, brace false flag from desperate banks who have spent all our pensions and sold gold and silver they don't actually have. Independent said Bank of England must plan for a financial crisis triggered by aliens. Oh, yes, the aliens are coming out now, says former policy expert. Financial markets could collapse if the American government confirms the existence of alien life. Oh, my God. Mario Norful said Epstein deposition, Prince Andrew arrest, checks news, aliens in Iran. Right on schedule. We're up next. I'm nervous. Mario Norful said Trump just ordered the release of all government alien files, and now even Fetterman is saying the odds are pretty high that life is out there. When both sides of the aisle agree on something, something is up. I don't agree. He said release the files. Did he say there's... I mean, Fetterman might have said there's a pretty high chance that life is out there, but did Trump say that? Okay, and yes, Trump is accusing SCOTUS of being influenced by China or some, foreign influence, right? DOQ said if SCOTUS was influenced by foreign influence, it means the military is coming, okay? I think we're really getting close now. Clandestine said, so what is the result of the Supreme Court ruling? Trump gets to keep NATSAC tariffs in place and in full effect, just under a different statute. And he slapped an extra 10% global tariff on all imports, bringing in even more money. They made him stronger. Show goes on. Derek Evans said, reporter, you mentioned multiple times foreign influence over the Supreme Court. Do you have evidence of that? And if not, will you investigate that? President Trump said you're going to find out. Ooh.
Mr. President, you mentioned multiple times foreign influence over the Supreme Court. Do you have evidence of that? And if not, will you investigate that?
You're going to find out.
Okay, so instead of saying, we'll find out, he said, you'll find out. Interesting. Derek Evans said President Trump announced yesterday that China-aligned interests pushed SCOTUS to block nearly $1 million in tariffs. Next year, $90 billion in tariffs. Unless the Supreme Court says you can do it. Can you believe it?
Next year, $900
Why is it so low?
billion in tariffs. Unless the Supreme Court said you can't do it. Can you believe it? That I have to be up here trying to justify that with people like you. I have to put you on a stage in front of your family, but you did very well. So it could have been very embarrassing, right? You did very well. But it's a shame that I have to justify this because it's just common sense. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars. Out of that, I gave $12 billion to our farmers. Next year.
Yeah, out to lunch. Would alien be foreign? Well, there's a lot of people speculating on what alien is, and some people say they're demons and they come from beyond the ice wall. You know, the land that we, extraterrestrial. So extra land terrestrials. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. Joey Manorino said the Supreme Court is about to own the biggest collapse of the dollar in history. May God damn them to eternal hellfire. That was 7 hours ago. 3 hours ago, MAGA Voice said breaking foreign nations are now worried that after the US Supreme Court's decision because it allows President Trump to charge more in tariffs. The top person in Vietnam just left my office and said, you can now charge us more than before. Trump's fired up. Let's have a listen.
We just left the
that's better.
Top person in a place called Vietnam just left my office. Great gentleman, strong and smart. He said, I think this means you're allowed to charge us more tariffs than before. And Canada said to Jameson, I might want to say it, Jameson, but Canada said, I hope you win this decision because if you don't win, you'll actually be allowed to charge us with a little additional work, higher tariffs. Jameson, you want to comment on that? We just left the...
Okay, there you go. Hey, Paranormal Oz, how you going? If I've missed anyone else, I'll catch you in a minute. Wall Street Mav said the Supreme Court basically said Trump used the wrong law to impose tariffs. Trump will sign an executive order Friday imposing the new duties, which are being invoked under Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974. There you go. Kelshi said breaking Trump to impose new 10% global tariff. What's this? J.D. Vance said today the Supreme Court decided that Congress, despite giving the President the ability to regulate imports, didn't actually mean it. This is lawlessness from the court, plain and simple. Its only effect will be to make it harder for the President to protect American industries and supply chain resiliency. President Trump has a wide range of other tariff powers and he will use them to defend American workers and advance this administration's trade priorities. Readers added context they thought you might want to know. The 6-3 ruling upholds the Constitution, which reserves the power to tax exclusively for Congress. The court determined tariffs are taxes, and the 1977 IEPA's power to regulate imports does not explicitly delegate this taxing authority to the president. Yeah, well, the SCOTUS blog, Tax Foundation, and The Guardian. Yeah. Didn't put the Constitution in there, did you? Redline News said breaking the US Supreme Court has ruled against Trump. We know. Okay, no, don't need to read that. We pretty much know that. Okay, Mr. Poole. On February 10th, I might have missed this one. Trump released the Epstein files 10 days ago. Here's the body count. Lord Mandelson under criminal investigation. Police raided his properties. Prince Andrew stripped of royal protection, been arrested and released, fled Royal Lodge. Prince William and Kate broke silence for the first time, deeply concerned, translation terrified. Norway's ambassador to the US resigned. Norwegian Crown Princess publicly apologised for Epstein files. Brad Karp, chairman of Paul Weiss, one of America's most powerful law firms, resigned. Larry Summers resigned from OpenAI board. Chappelle Rowan left her talent agency after CEO's Epstein emails surface. Ghislaine Maxwell dragged before Congress, pleaded the fifth, begged for clemency, denied. Steve Bannon charges dismissed. The man they jailed for fighting back is free. And in 17 days, Bill Clinton under oath on camera, February 27th, 7 days now. Hillary Clinton under oath on camera, February 26th. One man did this. Not a committee, not a movement, not a hashtag. One relentless man who they told you to hate. The dominoes are falling and he's only getting started. That's all we want to hear. See? Okay, like this, when this was written, it was 17 days, right? A 17-year-old now. Mario Norful said in 2012 the body of a 17-year-old Latvian girl was found on the Queen's Sandringham estate, the same property where Prince Andrew was just arrested today. Alyssa Dmitrieva vanished in August 2011. Her partially clothed, decomposed remains were discovered by a dog walker on New Year's Day in a wooded area of the 20,000-acre royal grounds. 2 men were questioned. Fibres from her clothing were found in the trunk of their car, which had been sent to a scrapyard. Neither was charged. Both vanished before the inquest and were never traced. This case remains unsolved. No cause of death was ever determined. No one was ever held accountable. Now in 2026, with Andrew arrested at the same estate on the same day, sworn depositions describe him attending naked pool parties with adolescent girls at Epstein's home, this cold case deserves a second look. Apparently this is from the ABC and the Telegraph. And this one. Disturbing photos show Prince Andrew with a young boy and a breast-shaped ball. Photos from 2011 show Prince Andrew at his Windsor residence playing with a young boy using a ball painted to look like a breast, complete with nipple. This was a year after he was photographed with Epstein in Central Park, after the conviction, after he knew. He was just arrested and released on his 66th birthday on suspicion of misconduct in public office. And there it is. Okay. I think we know the rest pretty much. Okay, Dr. Ross McGregor, this was yesterday. Prince Andrew's been arrested in the UK. Q3152. Prince Andrew's deeply connected to Rachel Chandler. Note, Chandler equals child handler, probably the billionth. Q-proof. Connected to Rachel Chandler. She's a bad one. Midland Modelling Agency. So many people are saying that Andrew looked like he'd seen a ghost when he was released optically from the police station earlier yesterday. What if he saw someone he wasn't expecting because that person was supposedly dead? Look at his face. Reminds me of when Secret Service hauled Hillary Clinton into the side of a black van with handcuffs on. As soon as the door opened, she didn't want to go in. Who did she see in the van? Andrew definitely looked shocked and scared yesterday. The question is, what was he told and who did he see? Interesting. Stop the Bullocks of Mirabelle said this thing, human demon, who knows, took her young daughter to meet Jeffrey Epstein when he was released from prison after serving a sentence for sex crimes against minor. It's not just Andrew. This is his wife, Fergie. We call her here in Australia, Sarah Ferguson. Remember I watched The Wives? Me think she looks a bit witchy. Maria Norful said a UK victim aged 6 to 8 in mid-90s claims her dad trafficked her to pedophile parties. At a Thorpe greenhouse, Prince Andrew brutally hit her with his own car, damaging her rib, hip and leg. Now, this is alleged, okay, I don't know. The nightmare didn't stop there. She woke to Andrew and got assaulted then and there. I'm covering my own ass, by the way. The injuries even caused an infection. Medical records confirm that. Maxwell also shocked her on a table while watching men, including Andrew, then beat her with a broom, breaking a nose. Florida trips included Epstein molestation at the Palm Beach mansion. Another file has a similar story where Maxwell recruited a girl in the 90s for modelling, turned sex torture slave. Andrew himself tortured her and another victim who then died as a result. A dark web of fake modelling traps leading to slavery, abuse and alleged killings all tied to Maxwell and Andrew. File number EFTA 000020457 and EFTA 00151161. And this was from the FBI. And this was her telling them, and I can't really see it. Okay. I'm going to have to just see what I can do about reading this one. Former Palace Protection Officer on Andrew, no one liked him. He was rude, obnoxious, full of his own self-importance. He was a bully. Andrew wasn't just a predator, he was an insufferable predator. Breaking, following his arrest, former Prince Andrew's been told to step aside from the line of succession. I thought he was already thrown out of the royal family. What's going on here? Anywho, what am I going to do about these things? I can't read them. Okay, let me see if I can get the mic closer so that I can move closer. When I was 6, threat to life false. What's this? Transaction number. Okay. When I was 6 to 8 years old and living at blank in Surrey, UK, I was drugged at night and driven by my father blank to pedophile ring parties. The main house I was taken to, located behind Thorpe Green at the end of a private road. Hurst Farm Livery Stables is next door. In the driveway of this house, I was hit by a dark blue car with personalised licence plates ending in blank. Driven by Prince Andrew, I was not taken to hospital, but I suffered permanent injuries to my ribs, hip and leg on my right side. The car's hood figurine broke off in my hand on impact, and I later buried it near my home so it would still be recoverable as evidence. After I was hit by the car, I woke up to Prince Andrew blank, blank, blank in the house. He was also blank, blank. I have medical records of the resulting infection. I once ran away from the house naked and made it to the Irish traveller community down the road, giving the GPS as well. I remember seeing and speaking to a man, so I think that there may be Irish travellers living in the area who could corroborate what goes on there. I was also taken to another house I later recognised as Frogmore Cottage when its refurbishment was in the news in 2018. I think it says 2018. There I was restrained on a table and tortured with electric shocks by Ghislaine Maxwell and surrounded by watching men. I remember seeing Prince Andrew's face blank. I tried to sneak out. Maxwell caught me and beat me with the bristle of the end of a broom. Blank, blank. She also threatened me saying that I deserved to die and hit me in the face with the broom, breaking my nose. I was only taken to the hospital for a broken nose after a rugby match so that the injury could be blamed on that. Okay, what's this one? He called me wanting me to give him a secure email address. He's from the Buffalo area, the number that came up, blah, blah, blah. Back in the 90s, Ghislaine Maxwell recruited a girl from a modelling career. Instead of modelling, she was sold as a slave for sex and torture. Prince Andrew was an accessory to her death as he tortured her and me to force her murder. I need to get a passport to identify her. I'll need someone to contact the passport office to get expedited passport. Additional info. During this time frame, I was also went on yearly vacations with my family to Florida, staying at my grandparents' house in Vero Beach, remembering on one occasion driven by my father over an hour away to a mansion with a gated driveway and large rectangular swimming pool. I was molested by a man that I recognised as Epstein when he was in the news. He blank blank. He took pornographic photos of me in a skirt. Around late 2012, I had not yet fully processed these memories, but I reported my father to the police after seeing a text from Ghislaine Maxwell on the phone saying I have 2 children and being triggered by it. I believe it's possible my father may have been involved in procurement for a pedo ring even then, because he made visits to several local schools with disabled children's home, the White Lodge Centre. In the end, he was not arrested and the case was not investigated. As a result, he was able to destroy a lot of evidence, such as photographs. Releasing Ghislaine Maxwell on bail would lead to the same outcome. I'm willing to testify and provide evidence and or detailed descriptions of events. Very interesting. Okay, retard finder found another one. People are posting these around the area where Andrew lives. Public safety announcements. Sweaty nonce in the area. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, previously Prince Andrew. Close friend of notorious pedo, Jeffrey Epstein, enthusiastic participant in his sex trafficking network, paid millions to try and silence survivors. Okay, and again, that ball thing. The Yorkshire lass said Andrew's going to take down his brother Charles and the whole satanic establishment. As Q says, Andrew is deeply connected. Everything we're watching right now has meaning and nothing is a coincidence. And I agree with that. Alexandra Marshall said Andrew Bolt asked if we should have sympathy for the ISIS brides. Oh, yeah, our government's bringing more ISIS brides back. The answer is no. Their parents indoctrinated them with hate, violence and extremism. These children are almost certainly more devout and dangerous than their parents. And in a few years, they won't be children, they'll be teenagers with the ability to act out on the indoctrination of their parents. They were born in Syria, in the Islamic State. They are not Australian, and it's irresponsible to put Australian children at risk. The parents made this choice, the parents raised them, the parents have to deal with the result. And that's how it should be. Freedom Meme said even criminals are better than people with Epstein class, in the Epstein class. Man in Oregon stole a vehicle, discovered a baby inside, returned to safely drop off the child, scolded the parents for leaving the infant alone, then drove away again in the stolen car. Oh, my God. How ironic. Oh, dear me. So the criminal has to, he stole the car and he went off at the parents for leaving the infant in the car. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, pray for the children, seriously. Adam said, breaking, Hot Mike catches Les Wexner's attorney threatened him during his House Oversight Committee deposition. I'll fucking kill you if you answer another question with more than 5 words, okay? The Epstein class is completely controlled.
It was just regularly done.
Answer the question.
Okay.
That's what he said. I hope you heard that. It should have been loud enough that you could hear that if you turned it up. I heard it. He did say that. This guy. Okay. What was this in response to? Oh, yes. Look what's happening in Australia now. Lozzie B said Australia 2026, police priorities, emotionally immature, offended people. All while we have the highest levels of violent crime in our history and people are getting stabbed and shot daily in cities like Melbourne and Sydney. But you can't talk about who's responsible for the high levels of imported crime and violence because it's now a hate crime. We have major police shortages and 4 out of 5 police stations near me are closed, majority of the time, and this is what Labor are using our police and resources for. The stupidity is truly outstanding. Listen to this garbage.
Hate crime is any crime motivated by hate, prejudice or bias towards people because of their identity or perceived difference. If you experience hate crime, even if it feels minor, you should contact us. If you're in immediate danger, someone is seriously injured.
You're a liaison officer, not a real police officer.
A hate crime is happening now or the suspect is still present, you should call 000. If the incident...
Oh, fork off. That's not an emergency. You should not be calling 000 with hate crimes. Don't be so stupid. Don't be so freaking ridiculous. You little wussy. This is Soy Boy Cops.
Has already happened and you're no longer in danger, you can still report it at your local police station or by calling Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000. However you identify, you deserve to feel safe, respected and empowered. When you report a hate crime, you'll be treated with support, respect and dignity every step of the way by the New South Wales Police Force. Hate crime is any crime...
Yeah, I don't believe you're a real police officer, mate. Anyway, Lena Lyons said, holy shite, armed 12-year-olds with questionable gender ideology to defend the unarmed populace. We are so screwed. Yeah, he looks about 12. Okay. Yep. Retards down under found another one, and it's that guy. If retarded and gay was a video. Okay. Senator Babette said if soy was a video. Yes, our country has become so retarded. Okay, Pauline Hanson wants to stop the ISIS brides and children from returning to Australia. They made their bed, now it's time to lie in it. These people travel to a war-torn country to support their husband terrorists. They have no place in our society. The government is claiming there's nothing they can do to stop them returning. That's nonsense. The government could issue a temporary exclusion order or even cancel their passports and refuse to issue travel documents. They haven't done anything to stop these terrorist supporters returning. The problem is Tony Burke, the Home Affairs Minister, has been caught receiving campaign help from the Muslim community leader who is allegedly coordinating the return to Australia. These ISIS brides must never be allowed back into Australia. It's time to say is enough. Enough is enough. And that's exactly what she says in her video, by the way. Daniel said Anthony Albanese's claimed there was, of course, a link between Pauline Hanson's commentary and threats of violence against the Australian Muslim community. Well, if that's how it works, Prime Minister, then I remind you that there is a lot, of course, a link between Labor and Australian Greens commentary which led directly to hate crimes towards the Jewish community, including arson and mass murder. See how that works now? Yeah. Just flip the tables on them. Old Soldier said the Albanese government is collapsing. All the lies are being exposed. They are. Mark PG said in 2014, Jacinta Allen, the Premier of Victoria here in Australia, as the Minister gave all government work to CFMEU, the union. Her husband was an official at the time. She won't quit because she's trying to figure out a way of keeping her and her husband out of jail, along with Daniel Andrews, the biggest scandal in Australian history. Oh, I think that's just the tip of the iceberg, that one. Elon Musk said, in case you missed it the first time around, Rothmus said, Elon posted this from Elon Musk. The most likely outcome is that AI and robots make everyone wealthy, in fact far wealthier than the richest person on Earth. By this I mean that people will have access to everything from medical care that is superhuman to games that are far more fun than what exists today. We do need to make sure that AI cares deeply about truth and beauty for this to be the probable future. Yeah, it scares the shit out of me, okay? AI scares the shit out of me. Yeah. Like, I know there's a way that AI can help us and they're using it more against us than anything else right now, but, you know, you're going to have to prove to me that this shit works. John Adams said, breaking. Tonight I confirmed that Senator Wong, Penny Wong, actually in Australia here, and Tony Burke have been referred to the National Anti-Corruption Commission regarding the ISIS bride scandal. Last night, Sky News Australia aired allegations that legal obligations and procedures were not followed in the issuing of Australian passports to women and children linked to Islamic State. The Albanese government is taking deliberate steps to increase the risk of domestic terrorism in Australia, putting the lives of all Australians at risk. The madness in the treason against the Australian people must stop immediately, just in case you didn't know what's going on. Yeah, and that's it for today. There you go, 1 hour, 9 minutes. Let's go to some comments. See how far back we can go. Menacing Muskrat got a new computer. Yay. Shannon said, yes, autocorrect, effed it up. I had to redo it so it made sense. Pity I can't see it. Kai said, and you already have one sub. Oh, Menacing Muskrat got a sub. Shannon said, Les Wexner, the guy with the warmest ankles in the Lolita Express. Yes. Kai said, sorry, everyone, sitting here simmering below boil. Oh, Hope you're all right, Kai. Randy said, why don't priests race? Because they like... I'm not reading that one out either. Oh, sorry, Randy, but no. Deb said, even the news, Stormy watches is a lot of repeat. Yeah. Out to lunch, said Randy. Ooh. Kai said, D-Lee, been a long day already? I hope you're okay, Kai. Yes and no. Out to lunch, said Kai, we cut limbs a good bit. My back is sore. Deb said, this is why I hope my son would be an apprentice. Success, my son is now a plumber. Excellent, Deb. That's what we need. We need more tradies. I love our tradies. God love them. Out to lunch, said, gotta love a rat. Randy said, I'm a plumber pipe fitter. Excellent, Randy. Way to go, laying pipe, said Shannon. Okay, I won't read too much of that. Alex said probably more access than Jimmy Savile had, where he had the keys to the loads of hospitals, Buckingham Palace, and loads more places. They are just the tip of the iceberg for sure. And how you going, Michelle Epp? It's been a while. God love you. Good to see you. Yeah, menacing needed a wrench. Out to lunch said, take trans guns away. Well, they already have a mental problem if they're trans in the first place. They have a bit of an issue they need to deal with before they can access guns and stuff, you know? And it does make me wonder how many ADHD children who are on those drugs are trans. I actually do wonder how many of them are on the trans bandwagon. I don't know. The Demtard Factless Cherry Pickers, yep. Yep, Michelle's here. Alex said, all the worms come out the woodwork eventually. Shannon said, looking forward to the Jimmy Sav's Necro Night life to be exposed and his connection to the Royals due battens up. Out to lunch said, Whoopi's off the View, I heard. Yes. They haven't even got to Oprah in that yet. Zal said, the View need prosecuting. Yeah, the Spew. Yeah, BS Whoopi, exactly. Alex said, bunch of wrong-uns, the lot of them. Out to lunch, said, you think Queen like cream cheese taste? Oh, my goodness. Deb said, awesome time to face the same shit bitches. Shannon said, the media is the enemy of all of the people, all guilty. They are. Yes, J1, XRP. I do believe it's going to lead, maybe along with a couple of other things, I'm not sure, but I do believe XRP is involved in the new financial system. It is the blockchain where it can't be played with once they do bring that thing in. That they will, I don't think it can be played with. It won't be able to be manipulated like our cash is. And we'll see how we go. Alex said, definitely biggest propaganda machine, Shannon. Kai said that Andrew, formerly known as Prince, good one, Kai, is singing like a bird about now. Deb said, yes, how different a day makes now they're in the heat of the kitchen. Shannon said, I have Windows XP. Menacing Muscat said, what incredible times we're witnessing. My goodness, definitely. Deb said her face was priceless on the front of every news. Alex said, no worries, Hev, hope everything's okay. Kai said, hopefully everything there is fine. Deb said, I heard that noise too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was, my mum was near it because I could hear her little wheels going. That's why I had to jump up so quick and run out because I knew she was out there. And when I heard the bang, I just thought, oh no, I hope she hasn't gone down. Okay, but she's okay. It was just bags, so thank God for that. Menacing Muskrat said, Hev is a lovely daughter. Oh, thank you. Shannon said, Mum has fallen. Randy said, oh no. No, she hadn't fallen, thank God. Thank God she hasn't. Yeah, Janelle gave me a thumbs up. Yeah, please thumbs it up, guys, and sub if you haven't, please, because YouTube are killing me here. Not literally, but metaphorically. Paranormal Oz, how you going? Yeah, Shannon, tragedy averted. I've even got a camera set up in the kitchen in case she does when I'm not looking, you know, in case she falls over or spills hot water on herself or something. Like, it's insane around here. That's why I haven't been very reliable on uploading and stuff, because I have to look after my mum, and it is a lot of work. Okay. Kai said, I called my mother yesterday to tell her about a probable brain surgery coming up. Got to have the exams done first. Oh, God love you, Kai. Randy said, you're a good woman. Have you care? Yes, I do. I do. A J1 said, asylum escapee. Kai said, she started an argument. Alex said, I'm praying that all goes well for you and helps your quality of life, Kai. I hope so, Kai. We'll pray for you. Everyone pray for Kai, okay? Kai said, apparently I'm a monster of some degree. Oh, God love you. Shannon said, something like Lily would make. Lol. Looks like something Lily would make. Alex said, sorry to hear your mum couldn't just be there for you, Kai. Shannon said, sure got a white monster, Kai. Azal said, why replace one system of controller with another? The whole system's going to be removed. Yeah, it's going to be a different system, but what I'm saying is that the other system, once the collapse happens here, the other system will pick up and start running a new system. Yeah, a freer system, I believe. Randy said, rode my ice racing bike last weekend. Oh, cool. Shannon said, ice, ice, baby. Dum, 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 dum. Okay. You don't want me singing, honestly. I had that Informer. A leaky boom boom down stuck in my head. Just the leaky boom boom dem. And it apparently is leaky boom boom dem, which means he's going to shoot them. Apparently, allegedly, in the comments, okay? I don't know. I'm going to have to look at the lyrics now because I'm really wondering what the hell he's saying in that song. I never understood it when I was younger, but I love the song, you know? It's like Rock Me Amadeus and what's the other one that other Falco sings? Yeah, I don't know. But I couldn't understand the words, not one word, but I loved it. Same as 99, Red Luftballons. God knows. Loved the song, couldn't understand a word of it. Okay. Kai said, at 8 years old, I was the person mentally that's here now. I just didn't know as much. Oh, God love you, Kai. Randy said, broke in a new motor. That reminds me of the young ones. Hello, John got a new motor. Hello, John got a new motor. I don't know. Alex, do you remember that? Have you ever watched The Young Ones? Someone in England, please tell me you've watched The Young Ones and you know what I'm talking about. It was that Alexi Sale guy. Menacing asked Randy, how was the ride? Paranormal Oz said, you're lovely. Oh, God love you. Kai said, Muskrat, I'm your first sub. Oh, God love you. Randy said, fell down once. Oh, be careful. Sal said, Albo's a true disgrace, and so are all the willing libtard and libtard groups who's putting force into positions of influence and power. Yes. Randy said, you're my cup of tea. Oh, God love you. Sal said, fourth. Kai said, if I do get surgery, I'm going to have to see if they'll let me record it, especially if I have to be aware. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be praying hard for you, Kai. I really, really will. Deb said, me too, menacing. Sub. Shannon said, Trump keeps his friends close and his enemies even closer like he did with Fauci. Drags them into the spotlight. He does. That's exactly what he does. Kai said, Deb, I was first. Deb said, yes, Kai, show and tell with Hev. Kai said, yes, seems like a forehead isn't a good weapon after all. Oh, God love you. Zal said, Alba doesn't realise he's being played by doing what he's doing. Yeah. He seems to think he's a bit indestructible. No, mate, no. They'll throw you under the bus quicker than you can blink an eye. Kai said, seriously, though, it's a dent from an ignored skull fracture. Oh, God love you. Yeah, J1 Albo knows exactly what he's doing. Nisi, hey, everyone, I'm late, but I'll go back and listen to the whole show. God love you. Menacing said, sending you many prayers, Kai. Sal said, J1, he thinks he's going to get away with it all, but, yeah, exactly. Kai said, it went in a little too far to pop back out completely. There's probably little spikes growing from the unmatched edges. Yeah, you'd have, they form bony unions from what I have heard. That was from breaking the bones in my foot. I said, is there any way to let it heal naturally? And they said, yes, it'll form a bony union. So that's what's probably happening. And they lump it. It might be lumpy, definitely, Kai. Everyone's saying hello, Nisi. Deb said the drama. Kai said, been a little while. Menacing Muskrat put the Q board in there. So if anyone wants to go and have a look, it's www.qanon.pub. Shannon said the first link on Musk in UPC. J1 said, wait until the foreign election interference comes into play. Australia's up to its nuts in Five Eyes. Yes, can't wait till Five Eyes starts coming out. J1. And I do believe, yes, Australia will be involved. Europe will be involved. A lot of countries are going to be involved in this. You watch. That might be tomorrow's video. If I can find anything on it, I will do a video tomorrow with that on it. Muskrat said, yeah, it took me a while to set up, Shannon. God love you, menacing. Kai said, like laced fingers. Muskrat said that's Roberts. Okay, thank you. Shannon said, yes, Australia has rigged elections twice. Two wings of the same corrupted bird. Bite one nation, yep. Oh, it jumped. There we go. No, it didn't jump. It just looked like it did. Kai said, depends on the risks to functionality after the removal. Oh, okay. Shannon said, F you autocorrect, 2 and vote. I think I got it, Shannon. I hope I read it right. Deb said, maybe we should refuse to vote because it's rigged. No, don't refuse. If you do, they'll win again, man. Labor or Liberal are going to win again if you refuse. Go all in One Nation. I don't care if you hate them. Go in One Nation. If you don't want the government we've got now or the light side of the government we've got now, please go and vote One Nation. Because if enough people refuse to vote, then they'll win again. They will win again, man. Don't scare me like that. Kai said, I may choose not to have it done. Try not to do a Stephen Hawking impression. Oh, God love you. Sal said, most people are still clueless. Dealey said, Kai, what does Tony say? J1 said, we're close when they pull the aliens card, definitely. Trump just said release it. Release everything we have on it, okay? So that doesn't confirm or deny anything. I'm waiting to see. And I will accept it if they are real. I still need to go up and touch one to know if they're real. I need, I don't know. Shannon said, pity the price of RAM and graphics card just went, no. Oh, no, really? Shannon said, I just got a new PC for my birthday back in January. Just missed the price rise. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a new one soon and I don't appreciate the price rise. Kai said, well, we're in agreement, I guess. We don't really talk a lot lately. Oh, God, love you. Out to lunch said, would alien be foreign? Yeah, that's what I don't know because it could be. And then there's people saying, oh, they're demons from behind the ice wall. The more land that's behind there, yeah. Zal said, there's some big cards about to be played before the curtain goes up to reveal the true nature of this realm, definitely. Shannon said, the Trumpinator lives inside my PCC case. Kai said she probably can't deal with it as well as I can. Just another way to die to me, a sick type of joke. Oh, God love you, Kai. Shannon said they're on about aliens again. Muskrat said, nice, Shannon, I got a curved screen, crazy first day playing with it. Deb said the Pope is ready to convert the alien. Yes. Yeah, Dealey said, sorry to hear that, Kai, big decision. Paranormal Eyes said, I think aliens are probably from inner Earth or interdimensional. Kai said, blue beam supposedly this year, real contact next year, blah, blah, blah. Shannon said, I have 2 32-inch curved monitors. I need a curved monitor. They might fit better where they're sitting. Or maybe not, actually. I don't know. No, my monitors are good enough. They work. That's the main thing. Out to lunch said, Para, yeah, me too. Deb said, we love you, Kai. And Deb said, Shannon showing off. Dealey said, yes, paranormal. Alex said, whatever you choose, we're here for you, Kai. Yep. Kai said, not really. I've been at risk before with no tables and doctors. Seems like a poetic ending. Praying hard for you, Kai, seriously. Shanna said, I showed it on our latest StreamYard. Marlo, how you going, Marlo? J1 said, I got a curved monitor after I dropped my tablet. Deb said, yes, I believe, not from outer space. I need a screen, right, that's not as big as my computer screen, but not as small as the phone to watch bloody movies on. What would I buy to do that? I need your advice, guys. Would it be like a tablet with a memory card? Or what else can I use? I tried a portable DVD player, but the memory card slot wouldn't work. The USB slot wouldn't work. Bloody cheap shit. Anyway, learnt a lesson there. What does anyone suggest anyway? For watching movies, something not as big as my computer screen, but not as small as the phone either. Like smaller than, say, an A4 size piece of paper, or about that size. Okay. Deb said, yes, I believe, not from outer space. Yes. Kai said, don't get me wrong, I break down crying when I try to talk about it. Oh, God, love you, Kai. Alex said, yeah, you have a cool computer, Shannon. Everyone's saying, hello, Marlo. Shannon said, just like Moses. Alex said, I love all the colours on it, Shannon. Shannon said, he dropped 10 tablets. Oh, no. Marlo said, hey there, guys, a great good morning to you all. Out to lunch said, do they warrant his computer and phones? I don't know. Kai said, but it's because the thing I can't physically do anything about myself. The simple act of admitting that I need help almost broke me. Yeah, it can, Kai. Just admitting that you need help can be very, very hard thing to do. I think more so for men too than women. I think women can more accept, that, hey, we need help, Like the other day, I had to ask my daughter, hey, I need help with Mum. Can you help me? And she helped me. So there you go. Alex said, same to you, Marlo. Out to lunch said, ex-Prince, that is. Yeah, I don't know if they got his phones and computers and stuff. Probably. Deb said, Stormy has some very scary falls. Oh, no. Kai said, these last couple of years have been just crap. Shannon said, asking for help means you're no longer helpless, Kai. Yeah, exactly. Marlo said, wonder when Fergie gets arrested. Yes. Watch The Wives too. Remember that. Just always remember that. Deb said, what a very good laugh seeing him scared. That was gold. Yeah. He looked really scared there, man. Did you see Princess Diana? Who did he see? That was my first thought, was Princess Diana. Okay, Alex said, yeah, I think a few dead bodies have been found on royal property. There was one on an island just across from Buckingham Palace too. Yeah, I heard about that one. Oh, please tell me I'm not about to sneeze. Everyone's sneezing. There's allergies flying around here at the moment. We got this plant out the back that has flowered and it's making everyone, it's a tree actually, and it's making everyone sneeze. I think it's a native to Australia too. Deb said, we're all too tough to ask for help. J1 said, more interesting will be the next arrest. Shannon said, royal hunting parties don't always hunt foxes, mainly children. Alex said, that picture was plastered all over the news rags today. There you go. Deb said, gold seeing Andrew on the front page. Dealey said, she looks like a dude. Kai said, sometime in the 90s, a tourist filmed a child jumping from the 4th floor of Buckingham naked with boots only. Yeah, I remember that, Kai. A young man, it looked like. Out to lunch said, wouldn't it be shit if it was Diane? Wouldn't it be the shit if it was Diane at the police station? That's right. That's exactly where my mind went. Menacing Muskrat said, Andrew Peck is priceless. I think Hillary saw JFK Jr. when she walked up the stairs in a white suit. There you go. Alex said, we call her Fergie too. I remember when she was photographed getting her toes sucked on a boat about 25 years ago. These monsters are disgusting. Shannon said, looks like he sat on a broom. Not sure if he likes it or not. Kai said he dropped from the window, assumed to make distance less and from desperately needing to escape. Yes, I remember that, Kai. Muskrat said, out to lunch, truly, Princess Diana, he would have crapped his drawers. Yes, he would have. Deb said, getting his just desserts. Dealey said, I remember seeing that, Kai. Kai said, Andrew looks like Wormtail from Harry Potter. Shannon said he was a Mountbatten, say no more. Mm-hmm. Kai said it's 60-some odd foot drop. Muskrat said he may have mounted a baton. Shannon, sick fuckers. Oh, dear. Kai said, oh, my God, there's a couple of people I wish would touch me at the right instant to excuse the bruise. Alex said, I remember that too, the bloke supposedly falling from the window. Yes. Kai said, yeah, that was a 9-year-old, was it? Shannon said, the boy climbing nude out of the window because the Queen shape-shifted into a lizard. Muskrat said, Andy, he looks like he's higher than a kite. Yeah, Kai said, poor child, I'm about to get flat out effing stoned in a few. Mrs. Out to lunch, how you going? Hello, heaven, all chat peeps jumping on to like and say hi. Hope everyone is doing well. Much love. Always remember, Donna loves Fred and Fred loves Donna. You two are so cute. Alex said, yes, praying for all the children. Hopefully now their voices are finally being heard. Yeah, it's the ones we don't hear from that I'm worried about, right? It's the ones that aren't like the Virginia Giuffres and I don't know about her, honestly. Look, it's mainly the Sean Atwood thing that I don't trust. If you go on Sean Atwood's show, you might as well write your own, what do you call it? Eulogy. I don't know. Signing your own death warrant because not death warrant, just signing your own. I don't trust them. Anyone who goes on Sean Atwood's show, okay? So, and a lot of people have. That's why I don't trust Virginia Giuffre. Out to lunch said, coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous. Yep, Fred loves Donna and Donna loves Fred. Deb said, I had enough of our government bringing in other people's wars into our streets. Yes, I agree. Deb said, hee-haw moral for the children. Alex said, yeah, I heard that. Menacing said, Les Wexner has one crazy history, talks to demons. Wow. Deb said, full bullshit. Dealey's going to join you, Kai. Smoking. Alex said, blimey, these police are looking more and more like they have just come out of school. How our countries have fallen. Deb said, this is for Guy people. Kai said, smoke if you got it. Legal here. Yeah, it's legal here too. If you've got the prescription. Shannon said, police sounds light in his slippers. Maybe he's part of the village people. J1 said, Iran, it's time. Alex said, or am I just getting old? Deb said, I get beaten by a man and they do shit to help, but sensitive people will call the police because you hurt them with your words. Yeah. Kai said, I know I'm old. Yep. Kai said, I grew up with no electricity, no running water and an outhouse. How old am I? I remember the outhouses, Kai. Yep. Quite a few of my friends had the outhouses. We had one inside, but a lot of people had them outside. Deb said, this is not the first time they bring back into Australia. No, I know. This is not the first one they bring, first bunch of ISIS brides they're bringing back. Muskrat said, I'm young at heart. We know you are. Yahweh knows too. Yeah, I can't say his name. I have to look at it again. Where am I? Yeah, the young ones, not once, yes. Oh my goodness. I know a few people watching the young ones. Wow, how far back was I? Oh, my stomach's starting to growl. Okay, Kai said, I'm still the 8-year-old that had a hard reality check 3. Actually didn't process it till late. Kai said, I'm thinking about writing it up as a book. Deb said, don't wait, Kai, do it. Alex said, I would read your book, Kai. Deb said, Menacing has 2 subs. Dealey said, I'd read your book, Kai. There you go. You got a few readers already. Deb said, good one, Randy. Shannon would be proud. Kai said, I have to admit a lot of things to myself that I just filled away part of the job or the game of life. Dealey said, Muskrat, did you get a different YouTube channel? Deb said, I love to read personal stories. Menacing Muskrat said, trans and boosters. Alex said, sometimes that's the biggest part of healing, Kai. Shannon said, 2 subs, Muskie, that's a foot long. Dealey said, we all have a story to tell. I hope you tell yours, Kai. Deb said, this was planned all along. They just didn't know they'd be used for war. Muskrat said, yeah, I did. I had to set up a whole new account again. Kai said, I've some awfully cruel moments on purpose. Deb said, it's just gold seeing them all fall very far. Dealey said, okay, Muskrat, I'll resub. Kai said, I like to pretend that part of me is dead and gone. Deb said, yes, everyone's story is so important. Alex said, I spent years brushing things under the carpet and burying my feelings until it resulted in a breakdown. Now I face things head on, Kai. You have to. You kind of have to. Menacing said, oh, thank you, Dealey. Out to lunch said, what kind of torture video is being sent to these animals? Dealey said, gather those pieces back to yourself, Kai. Yep. Kai said, yeah, I stuffed it all down till stress-induced epilepsy. Out to lunch said, the frazzle one. Dealey said, head on me too, Alex. Deb said, yes, my body inside exploded from stuffing life inside. Kai said, vids sent like children being skinned alive. Oh. Shannon said, 1984 at Hev's place, lol, surveillance state, yes. I kind of have to, though, Shannon. It's the old people cam, you know. Alex said, it's the best way, Dealey, face it before it gets out of hand. Shannon said, that's how Epstein started, just one camera. Oh, Shannon. Deb said, please give Hev your thumbs up for hard working, bringing us our awesome community. For hard work and bringing us our awesome community. Kai said, in front of a mirror so they could know. Things like that, they are demons. Oh, my stomach's going berserk. Out to lunch said, Kai, yeah, the insurance info had to be had. Zal said, leaky bum them. Alex said, you got that Informer song stuck in my head now too. Yeah, I got it in my daughter's head this morning too. I said, I got a song stuck in my head. She said, what song? I said, do you know the song Informer by Snow? She goes, sing it. So I did, and it just stuck in her head too. Deb said 2026 surveillance at Hev. Kai said Epstein would receive coded emails and answer without code. Dealey said, yes, Kai, I don't think I could view that diabolical stuff again, but I do think people need to see it. Shannon said, or anything by Jimmy Barnes. Sal said, big in Oxford Street, I believe. Shannon said, cheap wine and a 3-day route. Kai said, it should be seen, it must be known. Sal said, hi, John, got new yeah, Alexi Sale. The young ones, yes. Deb said, I love it when you sing. We had a great karaoke night. Shannon said, I like sponge. Kai said, hard reality is the only cure. Muskrat said, EpiPen received codes in video games Warcraft and Minecraft. Deb said, yes, the young ones. Vivian's my favourite. I liked Neil. Neil was my favourite. God love him, little hippie. But I did like Rick, Vivian. I didn't like Mike a whole lot. Yeah, I really didn't. He was just I don't know, like a sleaze bag. I don't know. The others were just like weird, you know. But Mike the sleaze bag with his blow-up doll. Oh, my God. And I was watching that when I was 15, 16. Hey, you know what I've got? The young ones. You know, I could do a watch with me with the young ones. Show Americans some British humour. British humour. Okay, Alex said, yeah, I watched a few young ones. I was going to say, was that Alexi Sale? Yes, it was. Kai said, yep, just blatant about the whole thing. Sal said, Coca-Cola, symbol of Free West. Let's try some, shall we? Shannon said they all did Muskie. That's why the Sony Game Network went down. They all had meeting playing computer games. Yes, they did. They used the chat and computer games to talk to each other. A lot of these elite. Zal said, I do too, Shannon. Alex said, love Rick Mail. Yeah, he did. Yeah. People's poet. Yes, Zal. Shannon, and he loved Cliff Richard. Shannon said, too, Mail tried to warn us. He did. Kai said, I used to think I was indestructible. My warranty just ran out though. Oh, you poor thing. Menacing said, indeed, Shannon, they're all being exposed now. Dealey said, another Air Force jet just flew over my house today. Wow. Alex said, young ones, not onces. Zal said, this is about young adults made by young... This is a show about young adults made by young adults. Yeah. Yeah, I love when he tried to get the show going. He's like, yeah. And, oh, my God. Yeah, Carl, Alexi was awesome. Shannon said, nothing a whole saw couldn't fix. Kai said, that's exactly the idea, Shannon. Kai said, I get it. Plate in my head. Oh, wow. Sal said, wheelies, what'ja? Selena, how you going? Good to see ya. Shannon said, DeWalt or Milwaukee? Kai said, no idea. Probably Chinese brand. Sal said, surfing with the alien or demons, said Shannon. Everyone's saying hello to Selena. Deb said, I'm not liking watching Stormy wasting away. It's sad. It's sad watching anyone waste away. Shannon said, Joe Santriani is my jam. Menacing Muskrat said, iPad works great, Hev. Yeah, because I don't want to carry like a laptop around with the two bits, you know, the screen and then I just want like one thing, one screen, if I can. And I'm thinking like maybe not an iPad, but something similar. I don't know. Menacing Muskrat said, iPad works great, Hev. Deb said, yes, me too. Shannon said, well, as long as he doesn't try to sing. Lol, strange. Out to lunch said, Donna said, a bloody movie like Scary? What was that about, Kai? Out to lunch, sorry. Kai said, Deb, I wish I knew of a way to actually help. Donna said, a bloody movie like Scary. Phoenix, how you going? Sorry I'm late. Hope a mod wasn't needed. No, it's okay. We got plenty here. Shannon said, have need a big screen for it with her eyes. Yes. Hang on. Not tonight, maybe tomorrow night. We'll have a movie night. Sal said, put your money on the fridge. That's a famous Aussie saying. He doesn't mean it, but you know. Donald, how you going? Are we going to have movie night tonight? Not tonight, maybe tomorrow? Sounds good to me. What does it sound like to you? Sound good to you? Alex said, just get a cheap laptop with USB port that you can plug in your drives and watch your films. Yeah, I don't want the two-piece though. I just want like one flat thing. Can you get laptops that are just flat? Like one, I don't know. Shannon said he didn't get the tablet joke. 10 Commandments in tablets dropped by Moses on the people. Oh, I didn't get the... No, it went straight over my head, Shannon. Hey, light worker, how you going? Asking for help is good, it is. Sal said 15, whoops, 10. Oh! History of the World part, whatever it is. I got that too, somewhere. Alex said, mine cost about $200 for a brand new HP laptop and works really well, Have. Kai said, has their own emoji. What emoji is that? A bird on fire. Is it Phoenix? Phoenix. It's a phoenix. Yeah. Lightworker said, Fergie been missing for 4 months. Hi, Sheila from Darien Island. I'm up late as Schumann residence off the roof. You won't get much sleep. Yeah, I've been not getting enough sleep. I was up till midnight, 1 o'clock this morning and back up at 5. Yay, me. Oh, dear. Muskrat said, Alex, have you about a refurnished computer? I don't know. Lightworker said Melanie is di? Oh, Melania, you reckon's di? Yeah, a lot of people have said that over the years. Out to lunch, said we use laptop when doing taxes. Hang on, I'm way back. Hey, Timmy's in here somewhere. Oh, I'm way back. Yeah, okay. Alex said mine was new, but I think Hev could probably get a more powerful refurbished quite cheap. Shannon said death warrant. Lightworker said Virginia's your phrase in protective custody. Shannon said, downfall. Sal said, yeah, have the millions of children and people in the underground bases and tunnels. Also, if you've heard, Fiona Barnett, feral children were used in all sorts of experiments and rituals. Yeah, I think they've released a lot of them into society. You know what? I think that's what a lot of these people are. The left, the Antifa types, the trans activist types. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. Shannon said, have we got a video? Zal said, yes, we've got a video. There's no more telly. Shannon said, oh no, lentils again. I can't do it properly. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a young ones couple of episodes. Have a look at that. It's hilarious. Sal said, Shannon, you owe me 500 quid. Sal said, not the Marshall, Jimi Hendrix once. Pissed on that. Lightworker says, watch a series on Rumble, Serial Brain 2 if you're into Q. Alex said, I'm going to have to listen to it now after this. Kai said, I thought it was lick your bum bum down. No, it might be. But it means to shoot them, like put them down, you know. Zal said, we'll go looking for that one. Shannon said, don't worry, Neil, it was bound to happen. Shannon said, do you know why I like sponge? No, I don't. Because my doctor says I can't have anything sharp. Okay, that one's gone over my head too, Shannon. Really? Why? Why are these going over my head, Shannon? Kai said, way back when there was a banned video, Faces of Death, very graphic. I watched it, so did I, Kai. I'll never forget that. Zal said, isn't that while you're on the bus talking to an old granny? Shannon said, Dr. Martin's boots. Dr. Martin's boots. Dr. Martin's boots. Of the world, Dr. Martin's boots. Alex said, that would be funny. Young Ones Marathon. Janelle said, Young Ones, yes. Kai said, it covered pretty much everything you could die from and the effects on the body. Yeah, Shannon, bottom. Sal said, hey, Puesto Revolution. Shannon said, get down, live and doll. Yep. Alex said, bottom was funny too. Alex said, Guest House Paradiso. Timmy said, hello everyone, how is everyone today? Good, how are you, Timmy? I'm hoping you can join us this week. Tomorrow, if that's okay. If you're not busy, that is. Zal said, Bottom was an awesome show, trying to find that one to download though. Oh, is there a show called Bottom? Kai said, hilarious. Shannon said, Azito. Everyone's saying, hey, Timmy. Kai said, Red Hot Chili Peppers for people that don't listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers. Kai said, Dr. T. Yep. Zal said, money on the fridge, Timmy. Yeah, it's a famous Aussie saying, put your money on the fridge. Kai said, possibly having a plug took out of my skull, you poor thing, honestly. Other than that, pretty good. Yeah, we're going to be praying for you, Kai. You got a whole army of people praying for you. Alex said, you could get a large tablet laptop would rest on your legs better without having to hold it. Yeah, I don't mind holding it. It's just the awkwardness of a laptop being a L shape. I know you can open them out and that, but like it's then too big. I don't know. It's awkward. I don't know. I just don't know what to do, but I just want to be able to like watch movies while I'm cooking and watch shows while I'm cooking because it's fun. Okay. Kai said, Tony always says that, not tonight, maybe tomorrow. Oh. Alex said, yeah, movie night tomorrow night sounds good. Shannon said, what did he say? No idea. Oh, where am I? Here. Shannon said, used to like chili peppers, but those guys are evil. They all raped the interviewer's fiance in front of him live on what? Shannon said, Anthony Kiedis and Madonna and his dad is worse. Alex said, oh, that's gross, Shannon, yeah. Donald said, okay, cool. Sal said, I think I hate Anthony Kiedis the most. Then Flea, both major twats. Kai said, yeah, Madonna's gross. Yep. Zal said the drummer is just a dope. Shannon said Flea talks about spirits and demons going into people through their nose. Lightworker said, I reckon banks go down Monday. We see you in 5D. Enjoy the flip and pray. Yep, definitely. Zal said, Madonna needs to be kicked good and proper. Shannon said the drummer looks like that actor if they have a drum off. Shannon said, I got 30p. Sal said, Will Farrell, you mean? Farrell. Alex said, good job, I still haven't got any money in there. Skint light worker. Shannon said, that was Alexi's sales joke on the young ones. Oh. Kai said, I vaguely remember Legends of Money. Shannon said, maybe Hev doesn't remember Young Ones as well as us. Maybe a rewatch is necessary. I think so. I think a rewatch is definitely necessary, Shannon. It's been a while. Kai said, yeah, it's most likely we'll be fine probably. Will went woke. Dealey said, Hev, you can get a laptop that does not flip open. Hev, it's called a tablet. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I might have to look into something. I don't know. Yep, Menacing Muskrat put Serial Brain 2 up there. Zal said, computers can do that? Shannon said, I used to listen to Serial Brain 2, Muskie. Donald said, I use my phone for everything, no more devices. Sal said, another good show to track down, Hev, is The Mighty Bush. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't know what it's about or anything. But yeah, I'll try to see what I can do anyway. But yeah, we might go tomorrow for a watch with me. There was a really good Twilight Zone episode I wanted to show you, but we could take a break and just laugh at the young ones. Anyway, guys, you can think on that and let me know tomorrow. Hope you have a good morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you soon. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye, guys. Or we could watch both, yeah.